So today, as promised, is my Centre Parcs review. Some of you may know that we recently went on a Monday to Friday holiday to Elveden Forest Centre Parcs. Third time that we've ever done a holiday like that. We've been once to Centre Parcs as just a couple, and then we've been twice to Centre Parcs as like with a baby and a toddler. The best thing about Centre Parcs holidays for me is the fact that you can just pack up the car and get to the holiday that you're going to within just a nap time. Get in the car and go, and you're there within an hour and a half, but you feel like you're actually on holiday. You feel like you're very much removed from your daily life routine. And my son, who's 4.5, he was actually telling everyone that he was actually from England and when he goes back to England and stuff like that. So he obviously felt that he was genuinely on a holiday. So I'm just gonna give you a bit of a review on everything. These views are completely my own. This is not PR. We just wanted to go there and I thought I would share my experience with you. First thing is the accommodation. We stayed in a woodland lodge. I think there's 4 tiers of accommodation, and I believe a woodland lodge is like second from the bottom. But I know that the comfort is the bottom, and we've stayed in that before and that was actually fine. Woodland lodge, new executive style, and then some super duper amazing stuff. Us, we're not that snobby. We don't really mind, you know, pretty basic. But this accommodation, although it was like basic, it was really nice. It was very clean. The beds were really comfortable. The interiors were very nice. It was very much like bringing the outside in with the interior design. It had really big windows, so there was loads of light always coming into the house. It was, although there was lots of other lodges around you, it did feel quite private and quite secluded because you weren't overlooked. There was a lovely outdoor patio and the wildlife was amazing. There were ducks, squirrels, bunnies, even like a muntjac deer, I think that's what it's called, and they were coming right up to your door. They're so tame, and my boys, that was probably one of the highlights of their holiday, was running to the patio door with some bread or whatever it was, and you know, wanting to feed the wildlife. It is obviously, as the name says, it's set in a forest, in Elveden Forest, and it is very much, there's trees everywhere. I know that sounds really stupid, but I don't think you appreciate until you go there how much you are in the forest and how much wildlife and how many, you know, how much nature is around you. It did feel really, really nice. Although the lodge was a 3-bedroom lodge that could in theory cater for 6 adults, the fridge was quite small. You take some food with you that doesn't necessarily have to be refrigerated, like some pastas or something along those lines, or have plans to go to some of the restaurants there. One tip from us is to pre-make your food for when you get there. So if you were to like make a big fish pie at home or a big lasagna or something like that and just take it with you, it would just make it so much easier. And some of the days, like the activities that you do, you are exhausted by the end of it. So if you can just like throw something like that in the oven, I think that is really, really nice. So my mum is a big foodie and she loves to cook. So she complained a little bit about like the knives, that they weren't sharp, and that the pan wasn't really big enough for 6 adults, and also the barbecue in our accommodation. I had to buy like the disposable barbecues for the accommodation that we were. But apparently in the higher end accommodation, like the executive suites and villas and things like that, it comes with like a gas barbecue. So if that is important to you, obviously look at what your accommodation gives you and like book the highest. Obviously you have the option of eating in your accommodation, but there are also loads of restaurants on site, and lots of them are chain restaurants, so there'll be ones that you are familiar with. Cafe Rouge is there, Bella Italia is there. There's 3 Starbucks. There's one by the lake, there's one in the pool, and there's one by the big swimming pool as well. Huck's like American diner, there's an Indian restaurant, there's a Dexter's Kitchen cafe, and my kids loved the pancake house because they did savory pancakes or omelets, but then they also did really, really sweet, exciting pancakes for them as well. Loads of choice in terms of going to restaurants, and we definitely had some lunches out. We had a date night at the Bella Italia. Before we had our dinner in the Bella Italia, which was really nice, we went for a drink in the Huck's American style bar, and that was really nice. The thing about them as a parent was that every restaurant had like a soft play area. So for instance, we went to Cafe Rouge, it had a soft play area with a TV screen on top of the soft play area. So if you were sat at a table where you couldn't exactly see in the soft play, there was a CCTV so you could see what they were doing in the soft. There is a fully stocked, like I think it's called like the park market, like a supermarket on site that you can go to, and it has like pretty much everything. Like we even needed ginger and it had that. And there is also a Sainsbury's that is not far at all from the resort. The main car park was really far away from our lodge. I say really far, it was like a good 15 to 20 minute walk. So when you get there, you unload your car and then you have to return it to the main car park that night. You can't keep it outside of your lodge. And at first I was like, oh, that's a bit annoying that we have to take it all the way back and then come back. But actually during our stay, it was really nice having no cars around. Sort of our boys could sort of run along the road and, you know, the paths and things, and all we really had to worry about was bicycles. So that was actually really nice. I believe that if you again stay in like the nicer accommodation, that is even closer to the main car park. If you're watching, I was thinking that you should introduce like a valet service. So for those people or single mothers or whoever that can't be bothered to take their car back to the main car park, you could like call someone and pay someone to do it. But that might be unrealistic. A few things that I brought that were really useful, and there was a few things that I was thinking I should have brought. So here's a list of things that you should pack. Definitely pack dishwasher tablets because you only get a couple. Toilet rolls, because again, you only get 2 rolls, and if there's a big family of you, you'll need more than that. Also bring fairy liquid. I brought my like handle thing like this so that I could scrub the dishes and like have some fairy liquid in it as well. Also bring matches. We ordered some really lovely like self-burning logs for the fire when we were there, but it didn't come with matches. Bring DVDs for the TV as well for the kids, and also you can bring like connectors for like games consoles or, you know, devices. Don't get your towels changed, and you have to bring your own towels for the poolside. You can hire towels at the pool, but it's £2 per towel. And there's also this like big like human dryer at the pool as well, which we did try, but we were still like pretty wet afterwards. For activities, there is so much you can do at Centre Parcs. It is crazy. You get all of the swimming, water slides, all of that kind of stuff included in the price of your holiday, but there are lots of other things that you can book as well. So what we did was we booked one other activity a day. Our children are quite young, and we thought that's probably all they could handle, and to be honest, they just love the swimming pool so much. I don't even think that we really needed the extra. There are parks, there's like the beach, there's so much that you can do just walking around. Some of the activities that we did were really, really good. I would definitely recommend booking bikes before you go if you need to hire bikes, because we left it too late and there wasn't enough left. And also cabanas. We booked a cabana for one day. To be honest, we thought it would be a great base for us to hang out with the young kids and everything, but to be honest, I do feel like it was a little bit unnecessary. I think it was £50 for 3 hours, and what we should have done was we had it booked for 2 o'clock. I think it was 2 o'clock till 5 o'clock. What we should have done was get there at 1 o'clock, swim for an hour, and then go to the cabana and like enjoy it. But we got there at 2 and we sort of wasted an hour like doing all the things. But it is quite noisy in there, so you can't actually hear like the Sky TV that you get in there. I mean, it's a nice place to eat food and like leave your belongings. You get a safe and you get some drinks and all that kind of stuff. But to be honest, I think with our children their age, it was a bit unnecessary. Maybe if you have teenagers that want to just hang out there, or like if you had a special birthday or something like that, it'd be worth getting. Many water sports you can do. There was rock climbing, there was cupcake decorating, and that looked really good. We went to see the baby owls. Also did den building as a family, which I would really recommend. It was so much fun, and it was an activity that you just paid for per family. And it was a good hour and a half, and it involved everyone. Like the boys won the prettiest den award. So, you know, they all felt very special, and it was a really, really good. Another one I would really recommend was my husband took our eldest to the magic show at the Pancake House. It includes a carvery, a dessert, and a magic show, and he said it was brilliant. Fraser was so impressed, and the magician came around to each table to do magic tricks for everyone, and I believe that one gets booked up really quickly, so definitely book that one. We also did jet skiing for our eldest. But if you're gonna book jet skiing or any early morning water sports, make sure you book them at like 9 or 9:30, because the pool doesn't open till 10, and the only slot that we could get was 8:30. So once he'd done the jet skiing, we had to like leave, and then you'd have to come back at 10. Tennis looked good, the little farm looked good. badminton looked good, there was like balance bike, there was roller skating, there was just so much you could do. The pool was just brilliant. The water slides were great. This is only 19 months, but he's a real daredevil, and he was allowed to go down on my lap, so that was great. And I believe some children over the age of 24 months are allowed to go down a lot of the water slides. There's a kids bit in the pool that's called like the Venture Cove. That is amazing. It had like, yeah, it had little spray slides, it had splashy water coming out all over the place, it had buckets that were dumping things on people. They also really enjoyed the lazy river. There's a lazy river that goes round in a loop, and we spent a lot of time going around on that. That was great. And there's a big wave machine that goes off every now and then, and that looked really popular as well. Yeah, there was also hot tubs and saunas, and there is the most amazing spa at Centre Parcs. It's called the Aquasana Spa, and when we went there pre-children, we went to that spa, and I'm not just saying this, it is one of the best spas I've ever been to. It's beautiful, it's huge, it has about 5 or 6 different sensory rooms, and they each have a different theme. So you'll go into one room and it'll be like a Japanese, you know, steam and sauna, and like the smells and everything will be Japanese, and the next one will be Balinese, and the next one will be like Turkish. You know, they're all different, and the treatments are lovely. And I would really recommend, if you can get the childcare or if you're going without children, to visit the spa. It's really good as well by the pool that they provide life jackets for the kids of like all sizes. We brought armbands with us, but the life jackets that they provided were just so good that we used those. I also brought toys for the pool, but they were just totally unnecessary. There was so much going on. We did not need the toys at all. The pool was really a highlight of the holiday. It was so, so good. And it was really nice to be indoors and not have to worry about the whole sun cream thing as well with our little ones. Also, you could go there in like the middle of winter and still use all of those facilities. So that is a real plus. There is food that you can get by the pool. It's very much like burgers and chips and things like that. But then we did order a salad one day, and that was really nice. So overall, I would recommend visiting Centre Parcs. We had such a good time as a family. It is obviously quite geared towards families, but if you are like a couple that just want to go, it is really nice, and you can go out for restaurants, you can go to the spa, you could completely avoid the whole like family thing. But if you are going as a family, it's just fantastic. It's so easy. You just get in the car and go. It's so nice to be somewhere where it doesn't matter if your kids are being like kids. Yeah, if you have any questions at all, please just leave a comment down below. I feel like I might have missed something, or I hope you liked this review. Let me know in the comments if you did, and give it a big like if you did. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon.
I do said to have a hangover.